At Lockhart Smokehouse, we found up the great smoked meat classics that made Lockhart the barbecue capital of Texas, right here in DFW, with locations in Dallas, Bishop Arts District, downtown Plano, and Texas Live in Arlington. Come try some of our mouth-watering brisket, sausage, ribs, and other meats all smoked over Texas post oak. Rounded off with some Southern classic sides and some Smith family favorites. Check us out at www.lockhartsmokehouse.com. Catering available.
Terrance Johnson, Friday Night Glory Sports here at Highland Park Gymnasium here. The Scots pulled off the victory tonight, 56-41 over the Jesuit Rangers. Coming in, intensity. Their student section, loud, but it seemed like you guys kept your composure. You had a big game tonight, 12 points in the first half.
Oh, yeah.
You ended up with 19, but I capped that out with, you finally got what I like to see, a flush and a dunk, and you was crashing boards. Tell me about your game coming in tonight.
So they underestimated me because they think of me as a baseball player because I play baseball too. And so that gave me like a chip on my shoulder to go even harder and play harder. And it's like the biggest game of the year because Jesuit's our rival, HP versus Jesuit. And I knew the crowd was going to be crazy, and it gives me more energy because I'm used to it and I love it.
How was the intensity versus the first game against Lake Highlands? You guys had a little tough one there. You guys might run into them later on down the road. And you guys will see Jesuit once again. Do you look for anything different going into their stadium, their gym?
Like Jesuit or Lake Highlands?
Jesuit.
So Jesuit's gym is smaller, so it's going to be even more like crowded and more like intense. So like it'll be a bigger atmosphere, so I'd come to that game too. But that'll give me more energy and more like enthusiasm to keep going. But they'll probably double team me when we start, but that helps. We're going to game plan for that.
What was the halftime message from Coach David going into the locker room? You guys held it was 26-18 at halftime, but you guys seemed to come out and make some adjustments.
He was happy because they only had one offensive rebound. That's what he emphasized, no offensive rebounds for them. And we had like 9 offensive rebounds. The only thing he was mad about was leaving shooters open, but we kept it off the second half, and we made them shoot like wild shots, and they couldn't score. Like,
yeah, I noticed that, and you guys moved the ball really well. When you pass the ball, no shot clock in high school, you guys looking to make a play or pick the main guys open, or what does that entails when you have to pass the ball so many times?
We just all play together. Like that's how we are. Like we've been playing, so our team's mostly seniors. I'm the only junior. They have the best chemistry ever, and I love them too. And so like we just have really good chemistry, and we like to share the ball. We don't care. No one cares who gets the most points. Like any given night, anyone can get the most points. That's just how it is here.
So you're the baby boy on the team here, leading the team here, but you are a big guy here. Good win for you guys at the Scots. Next week, you guys will move on to face an Irving team. What do you got to do to keep that intensity going? I want to see some more dunks from number 3.
So we play J.J. Pierce. They're another good opponent. And then Lake Highlands is the week after that. But J.J. Pierce, we're not going to take them lightly because Coach Peeler never likes to take teams lightly. But we'll keep the same intensity no matter what, and it'll be a big atmosphere the next 3 games because it's 3 good opponents, or 2 more opponents now. This is one of them, yeah.
And how has this move been to 6A? Any difference in basketball?
I think the main difference between 6A and 5A is 6A is more, every single team's good. 5A, there's a couple bad teams, but 6A is more consistently good teams. And so it gives us more energy, and like because we want to prove everyone wrong. We're 6A, not a 5A school.
I love it, man. Mr. Jordan here went off tonight, 19 points, crashing the boards, dunking the ball, and playing defense. 56-41. I keep forgetting that score. High school basketball, watch out for the Scots in 6A. They get the win on their home court tonight. Terrance Johnson, Friday Night Glory Sports here in Highland Park at the Scots Gymnasium with Drew McElroy, man. Nice game you guys came out. You told me the atmosphere was going to be electric tonight. It was. Their student section from Jesuit Rangers is out of control. But you guys came in and pulled off a good victory tonight here. 56-41. You guys came out a little tight in the beginning. Tell me about your game and play tonight.
Yeah, man, our biggest thing coming in tonight's game was just staying solid. We knew we were playing a pretty big replica of ourselves on the offense and defense end. So biggest thing coming in tonight was just staying solid, taking care of our game plan. Our game plan was to get as many up and down as we can. We're going to really focus on pushing the ball tonight. We would have hoped to get more in transition, honestly. Some shots weren't falling early on, but we kept attacking them down low, and they honestly didn't have an answer for it, so we kept going to it in the second half, had some shots go our way. We played really hard on defense, and at the end of the day, it ended up in our favor.
So I know this early on, you got in a little bit of foul trouble early. How did you calm yourself down, and what was the ref telling you about a couple of push-offs I seen?
Right, man. So basically, coming in the second half, I had 3 fouls. The biggest thing for the first half was just getting a little too much in my offensive player's space. He was saying a lot about letting them land and giving them some room, and I was all right with that. I think the biggest thing whenever you play on stages like this is you got to be able to adjust. And the biggest thing for me was just letting them land and, living with the shot because they weren't making them. And so that was the biggest adjustment I had to make, was taking back on my aggressive side a little bit and just making sure that I was still getting my clean looks.
I know you guys will see these guys in a couple of weeks on February the 10th, I believe. What do you guys got to do to make adjustments? Because you guys will go into their place to let them know, hey, Highland Park, we still got that.
Exactly. The biggest thing, man, is just sticking to our game plan. I mean, they didn't have an answer for it early on. They didn't have an answer for it in the second half. They're a very respectable team. They're like us, just like I said, and we still got to give them the ultimate sign of respect. So when we go to their place, the biggest thing is going to be sticking to the game plan, and then hopefully we get some more shots to fall, because tonight they weren't falling. They can't fall every night. So when we go to their place, once again, like I said, a very respectable team. Got nothing but love for those guys, and we're just stick to our game plan and we get some more shots to fall.
Yeah, I was liking what I see tonight. The atmosphere very electric, like we said earlier. Drew McElroy, you finished with 10 points tonight. I'm going to talk to your big man, Jordan. He got a big dunk off. He was crashing the boys tonight, but your Highland Parks move on to 6-1 in district. You'll face an Irving team next week. What do you do to mash on Irving?
Yeah, so basically we had a close call last week with Irving. I think the biggest thing with those kind of caliber of teams is coming out early and putting them away early. Like you said tonight, we knew coming into this game it was going to be a long fourth quarter game. Thing with the Irving teams, once again, very respectable team. They got a lot of high-end players that have a big motor. The biggest thing with those kind of teams, though, take them away early and make sure you put the hammer down in the first quarter and call it a day right there.
Right on. I love what I see. They get the win tonight, 56-41 here.